was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like a horse with blinkers.
Honestly say, I was about to have sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
My name is Wandile Choro. I live here at Zone 14, number 42.
My name is Anton Waposa. I live here in Zone 14, number 34. I work for plumbing company.
Hi, Ndungumonde, ngihlala Zone 14 number 47.
My name is Nahum Tulani Mawetu. I stay in Zone 14 as well, here in Langa. I'm an artist.
Hi, my name is Doogie. I live at number 68 Bunga Avenue. I run a mobile repair PC service, and I also do admin for SARS registered companies around the location as an administrator.
We've got no too much power. Yeah, if you can see, the women are taking over. You shout to child, and you punish. The mother came. No, this is not the right way to punish a child. No. Yeah, you are very wrong. Now leave my child alone. Don't touch her again. What can you do?
What I think is that...
Because they're going to take you to the police station that we are abusing the child. But we're trying to keep the child in the right way.
But even without hitting the child, you don't even need to hit the child. Like, for instance, what I was trying to say, like, for instance, let's say you my neighbor, you understand? And I see your son is catching on hectic stuff outside, and I'm sure you're not aware, you understand, because maybe I've seen him in town. You know, I still go out, you don't. I see your son, and then I'll be like, you know what, like, I know your son is drinking and using drugs, and he's 13, like, can you just talk to him, limit the pocket money you give him, and then the whole story will change. No, you're just jealous. This is why you don't have a job, because you keep looking at other people's business. Mind your own business, you know? And you're just warning your neighbor that, listen, your son is getting out of hand, and then when stuff gets missing in the house, then he's going to blame other people. No, I got robbed, you know, my phone, my wallet, and until they catch the boy red-handed. And by the time they catch him red-handed, it's late, because he's already used to that lifestyle. He's already used to stealing, and he's already used to this money that you give him. So you are going to now tell the child, you know what, no, I'm not spending any more money on you. And you flunked out of school, so the child will start selling the clothes he has and start shoplifting for new clothes. And then you see where the cycle is going. So what can we do?
The problem is their mother. Those kids, they are very protected by their mothers. You see, you report, and the mother took the cover. No, not my child. My child wouldn't do that and that and that and that and that. So that you are lying now. You see, the mother sees the wrong to her child, but she doesn't go forward. I've got this one. Me too. I've got this one inside the house. Yeah, he must come in front. Yeah, and talk. Yeah, they don't do that. Interesting. So that's the problem that we've got here. Yeah, we protect our child too much.
Which is also what leads to gangsterism, because these kids grow up getting everything, you understand? And then there comes a phase where they're still in their teens, 15, 16. The other parent dies, the other parent that's living loses the job, you understand? The child is used to a certain lifestyle. He can't get the phones he wants now, so he's going to take them, you understand? From the ones that are weak, if I could put it like that, because drug abuse starts very young now.
Yeah, for me, I definitely don't think neighborhood watch is any solution to the predicament we find ourselves in townships, because you find a common trend in all the townships. I think what we've lost, you know, in our communities is how we as community members, all of the community members, begin to take responsibility of what happens in their neighborhoods or in their communities. Because if you look before, 1994, our communities were much safer. You would not get robbed by someone of that same community. People would just would make sure that doesn't happen.
People are doing neighborhood watch but they do it in a wrong way. Because if, like, let's say here in my street, they can maybe catch a thief, maybe stealing in the house, and then that person, they will catch him, but the thing is they will beat him to death. So that's the thing.
Here in Langa, I think the policemen are actually the neighborhood watch because they're not doing the job of the police. And I can explain how. Neighborhood watch literally checks after a certain time who's outside, search them, make sure they don't have any weapons, arrest people for petty crimes. Yet there are people that have been in the top 10 most wanted list in that office. They can't find that guy, but they can find a guy with weed. So, okay, fine. That's the job of a neighborhood watch, you understand? So, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is those policemen are incompetent in there. I think they should be given the neighborhood watch job and they should train real policemen. I have nothing against people that are overweight, but I do not want to see overweight policemen, you understand? Some of those criminals were athletic. They take narcotic substances that give them a super strength. So how are they going to chase that guy? You understand? Like, those are just things that I always think, because you get there to the offices, most of the policemen are overweight, you understand? And they have an attitude, you have to speak nicely to them. So for me, that's like the neighborhood watch, you understand? So they should just get that job and then get real policemen to come in, because in order for them to, like, for instance, if there's a hijacking in the N2 and then that car that was stolen in the highway comes into Langa, they have to call Bellville South to come and get that car. Meanwhile, there's a whole unit in Mendy Street, you understand? So that's, I don't know, like, something needs to be, I don't know.
There's what is called Community Police Forum, which also works with the police. But they also are not effective, because what they do as well is to sit there at the station, and eat from the time they come in to the time they go out, and just be gossiping and, maybe using telephones or whatever, to whatever resources that are there. But they're not doing anything. And in some communities, people are not even aware of the Community Police Forum. They're not even aware of what they do, So we have those challenges,
There was a friend of mine. His car was stuck here at N2. So immediately when he went out for looking for help, and then what happened, when he got back there, his car was totally, taken off, the tires, engine. So what he did, he went here at Langa station, and then he told the story that his car, the soon he arrived there, his car was totally, out of condition. But the thing is, they didn't do, like, go out and search, like, look out for cameras at CTV, like, go all out to know what happened in the car, who stole the things in the car. But they did nothing. Even now, he didn't find anything about his car.
I've heard of a domestic violence situation where a woman was obviously assaulted or beaten up by the boyfriend. But then when she goes and report the incident, the police would either say, well, we are seeing abantu ababini, like, we can't. It's a couple thing. It's between you two, so we cannot really, you guys need to sort it out. And then if you can't sort it out, then we can see what to do. But then chances are, by the time you go back, it's gonna continue.
Yeah, it's gonna
you probably might even die. Because the guy might beat you to a pulp. So I've heard of such stories, and obviously with rape, it's never an easy thing to go report. It's just
They also have cases of domestic violence, because I know situations where women will date a policeman for protection, you understand. But once they lose interest in the policeman, which is normal, you understand, then you can't just leave the relationship like that, you understand. Then the person starts talking, no, remember this, I had to get out of this, I did this, and then you find that the woman is actually being beaten up by a cop, and who's she gonna report to? Because her friends his friends will just tell her that, listen, just treat him right, just give him what he wants, and he will stop. So they also have they own things with women and fishy stuff, like, for instance, not wanting to let go of a relationship, you understand? Because that, for me, that is a crime. But how are you gonna go and put a charge against maybe a respectable somebody in that office? The people will just look at you like, I know too bad for, man. You understand? And then, so yeah.
And the thing is, you could have street committees. For instance, Zone 14 has street committees, and they have meetings, I think, weekly or quarter or fortnightly. I don't know, but it does work into some other aspects. But then there's a whole cultural aspect that's missing as well, because you find these boys fighting amongst each other, and these street committees aren't able to actually do away with that or prevent that. Because also there's fear with the neighborhood watch when you guys have organized yourself or to each other to actually look after that neighborhood. What happens is some of you end up becoming victims, because the people that you are targeting target you back and say, hey, Wandile is the one that's leading this. So let's get rid of her. Yeah, let's get rid of him. Let's get rid of her. And so you are targeted. Now you become targets. But if it's the whole community involved, which is obviously they have their own structure, leadership structure, which is the street committees, that the street committees would then go back to the community and report, and everyone then is involved in making sure that.
But even with that, because I've attended those street committee meetings, the thing they mostly pay attention to is the housing thing. You understand? And then you'll hear some lady saying, hey, this, that, and then it will just be that commotion, and then it's over. And then they back to the housing thing. You understand? Because everybody wants houses and stuff. And then they will talk about vandalism just briefly. And Langa is not that much a crime, orientated place where you find so many killings in a weekend or that. Yeah, people do die, people do get robbed and all that, but it's not like other communities where it's like a daily thing, you understand?
So this neighborhood watch, it could work, but on the other side, it won't work.
My dream is to work hard and be successful and have a lot of money.
And my dream is to be successful. I want to work for myself, and I want to buy new houses and new cars.
My dream is to work hard and be successful.
My dream is to actually have my own production house,
My dream is to live in a safe place and get my work's worth. That the rest will sort itself out.
Yeah, Z, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.